Do you feel it? Do you feel it in the air?
Hello guys, welcome back to another Warframe video. Today I'm gonna show you Ember Prime build. My first build that I will show you is Ember Prime. So before I show you this, let's take a look at the abilities. We have as first ability Fireball that, let's see it without mods. Launches a very fiery projectile. It deals high fire damage on contact and moderate fire damage to any who enter the lingering flames. Area damage is 150, damage is 400. Then as accelerant, stun nearby enemies with strong accelerant, increases all fire damage dealt. Then damage multiplier 2.5, duration 30 seconds, range 20 meters. Fire Blast slams the ground for high damage in a small radius and creates a persistent ring of fire, which deals high damage over time. Damage per second is 225, duration 20, and explosion damage 200. Now the Force ability, and the most used on this Warframe, is World on Fire, deals high damage over time, 400 damage, and energy per second draining is 3. Without mods, range is 15, status chance is 35. Then passive ability is regenerates energy and deals more damage while on fire. You can activate it while in Grenier missions, as example, when there is this kind of fire thing on the ground. If you walk on it, you will get ignited, but you have to watch that you don't use World on Fire, because otherwise you won't get energy. Only if it's not activated, World on Fire, you will get energy, this passive ability. So let's go straight to the build. I have two builds. I've prepared two builds. This is the first one. No, this is the second one. This is the first one, and that you can use most of the times. I personally use this, and I mod, let's say, not max power strength or something like that. I mod the Warframe as I think it's best to use in the missions, because not every Warframe is good for every mission. As example, Ember Prime, I would not use it for excavation as example. It's good for exterminates, for defense, maybe survival, if you not play too high and start not too high level. But for the other missions, assassination is not so good, because she's really squishy, as you maybe know. We can take a look at the stats without mods. Oh, wait a second. I can see her. Maybe here. Yeah, here. So without mods, she have only 125 armor, better than the normal one, of course, but still she's not gonna take much damage, because she will die really quick. Energy is 150 and health is 100, shield is 125. So confront the normal one, where she is. Can't see her. Okay. Anyways, here she is. So in confront, 25 more armor and 25 shield only, but still it's a little bit better. You will feel a little bit more tankier, but it's not like you will face tank the enemies. She's not this type of frame, and most of the time you will use World on Fire with her. So as you can see, as our mod, I choose Rifle Amp on this build. Why? Because she have V polarity, and in my opinion it's the best choice, because Anyway, you won't get really near on enemies, so I won't choose steel charge. You can take steel charge. It gives you more points, 18 with Forma here, and so you have more points to mod it, to mod her. But I still have 2 points with this build, and I'm pleased with chosen rifle amp because it gives you good damage buff in rifle, so you can take out the enemies that are far away with a rifle easier. Then as strength mod, intensify only. Then prime floor, fleeting expertise. For efficiency you need 175 for max efficiency. You don't need to get more buff from this number because it will be useless, because 175% is the max possible efficiency. And anyways, it's already low because I use streamline and fleeting expertise to get 175 if you don't knew, and then you are sure that it's high enough. Then I put stretch for range and cunning drift as Exilus mod because it gives you extra range again, and minus friction and slide is a good bonus too, but mostly for the range, because more range for World on Fire is better. Then you have, as it says, more you don't need to be so near on the enemies, you know. And that is a good thing for her. Then I put Vitality and Redirection on her to get her a little bit more tankier. I know many players don't use these mods, or only Vitality maybe, but most of the times I use them because I think they help to stay alive a little bit longer at least. And I put also Quick Thinking because she has a good energy pool with 638, and World on Fire drains really low energy normally with this build. So you can use this in situations where you are going to die. Instead of dying, you can escape or kill the enemy before you die, and that is really helpful. I tried before without this mod in many missions, but for me it's much better to use it. You don't have to, but I would recommend it because she's really squishy and will die really often without it. Then this was the first build. This you can use most of the times for the star map missions, all missions, but I wouldn't take a too high level, because maybe this till level 50, but not above, not really, because there are better Warframes and she will die at level 50 or higher. And I mean, you can choose, take her wherever you want, but I wouldn't recommend her. It's not really fun if you die then with her. So, as second build, I have a fire weapon buff build, because as you know, she can buff with the second ability, Accelerant. You can buff your fire weapons, if you don't know, and it will increase the damage all around, the fire damage. So here, as you can see, I put Steel Charge. Why? Because this build takes a little bit more points. Because I put here Primed Continuity to get more duration. It's not even 100%, it's only 95%. But it's enough, because this will drain only 2 seconds here, as you can see, not even, only 1.5 seconds. And the damage multiplier will get to 3.63 with my build. It's not a max damage, but again, here too, I choose this build because it's the most viable in my opinion. Fireball it's okay, and Fire Blast it's okay, but you will use most of the time World on Fire, and this is enough with 50% status chance to ignite the enemies, and energy per second is really low. Only range is 15. It's the normal one because I put here Power Drift. This is the same as the build before, only prime continuity for stretch. We lose the range, or we don't lose the range. We get the standard range, and we'll gain a little bit more duration. And here I put Power Drift instead of Cunning Drift, because this gives you extra strength again, and 30% chance to resist knockdown is good too. So in my opinion this is better. I mean, you can choose the Cunning Drift here too, but I would recommend this because it will buff a little bit better the weapon. And yeah, so this was that. This was the builds. And here I have 2 fire weapons equipped. I have the Ignis and the Atomos. I want to show you the Accelerant buff. I will show it with the Atomos because you will notice it more than with the Ignis. So we will take a level 50 Corrupted Heavy Gunner, and I want to show you what's the difference with or without buff, if it's worth it or not. You have to know, but I will show you. Without buff, I mean, okay, it's not really format or modded this weapon, but doesn't matter. I mean, you will see that the damage is really up, and there's a lot of difference between the two. This is without, as you can see, takes really 2, I think, or 3 magazines already. Yeah, this is the third, I think, and he's still alive. It's a little bit depends a little bit on the procs of the fire, and if we will die sooner or later. But yeah, still it was really bad, almost the whole magazine. So let's go and check with Accelerant. So Accelerant, and as you can see I try to shoot ahead because it will deal more damage. But same as before. Here, bam, dead. With the other one, without the buff, it was almost a whole magazine. This was a little bit more than one. As I said, it depends on the procs because I tried before and it was not even 50 that I used, and he died. So as you can see, this is a good buff. With the Ignis, I won't show you because it's yeah, you will have a buff too, but it's not so clear to see. So I think you saw that it will buff the weapon as I modded her. And the last thing that I want to show you is this is the loadout that I would recommend. Only here normally I had the Vacor Marrowlock. So I would choose Ignis, Vacor Marrowlock, and here you can choose what you want, Gerudo or not. It depends. Vacor Marrowlock, why? Because this weapon as special effect when it procs, it will heal you. I think 50% of your life or something like that. So if you lost life points, heals, because you got a toxin proc or bleed proc or something else, you can heal with this weapon, you know. Or with this Gerudo, if you don't know, it will heal you too. So in situations that you need a heal, you can use these two weapons. it's okay if you choose only one of this, but I would recommend at least one of that weapons as primary. You can take the Ignis, you can take the Javelok, you can take another weapon, but this fire weapons will get a buff if you choose this build with a Chalorant, so it's worth it, I would say. Another thing is another last thing that I want to show you or say is I wouldn't take a pet with her. I would take a Sentinel, and the best Sentinel in my opinion for her is Prismashade or maybe Warframe, but Prismashade is better in my opinion. I use personally Prismashade. Why these two? Because Prismashade, the pet will not heal you and not protect your Warframe. It's a good support, but it won't protect you, you know? The Sentinel protects better and heals you and gives you shield back and so on. So I would take Prismashade. With the cloak ability, it helps really out in situations maybe that you need to heal or something like that. He will help you to stay longer alive. And Prime, he has the dispersion ability that is useful too. He will throw the enemies on the ground, you know. So guys, this was already it for today, and I hope you enjoyed, and leave a like and subscribe for more Warframe videos and other videos, and so stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.